Now let us gather the information, because learning is always a process that where we gather lots and lots of information. Let's have a quick review about our interview pattern, as well as what exactly happens in the interview, and what the job seeker should take care of, and what on the premises of on behalf of company also. Let us think. When you get into for the interview, the first process it starts. Before going for the interview, as we said before, you need to do your homework. What is the homework that we have to done? What is the work we have to done? We need to put it out, because when a person is trying to, or when a person is interested to select person, for example, you be in a managing position, he always check for a skillful person. He always check for a skillful person, and does he have a leadership qualities? Does he or she has a leadership qualities, commitment, dedication, and is he a good team player? Is he a team player or not? Is he? And is he suitable for the company or not? Is he suitable for the company or not? What are the suitabilities of the company? Yes. And does he can sustain in the company? What do you mean by sustaining? Getting a job is not a big task for every one of us, but sustaining in a job, taking forward, moving forward in the career growth, that is important. Why we need to follow, why we need to make sure of it? Because this all skillful leaders become, if you have all these qualities in you, you will become the successful person in your career. Why we need to become the successful person in our career? What is the need? Take an examples. Take an examples of a people. There are many people outside, those who are not, they completed their MTechs, they completed their BTechs, but still they are unable to own a job. They are unable to own a job, they are unable to get into a job, they cannot be a professionalized person. Do you know why? Because of their skills. As earlier we discussed, in the earlier sessions as we discussed, skills, if you remove S, skills, the career is been killed, but the individual person is not killed. But the individual person is not killed, his career is killed because he doesn't have skills. Either it can be hard skills or it can be life skills. These are all they look into the consideration to hire a person. You know, when we get into a job, only one word we have, only one thing we have: how I should present myself. Am I fit for the company or not? But from the management side, make sure how many aspects he needs to consider. First one, he should consider whether you are a skillful person or not. Within a very few minutes of time, the manager should analyze about everything. He should analyze, are you skillful or not? He should analyze, are you really fit for the job or not? He should analyze your each and every skill which is in you, and each and every skill which is required for the company, because manager is representing from the company side. We are representing from our own side, as he is also human. Once upon a time he was also a job seeker. Now you sit in a managing position and you start thinking on behalf of company, what the company is looking for. Try to get the rules and regulations, try to get the norms of the company. Why we need to know the norms of the company? When you come to know the norms of the company and when you come to know the ethics of the company, you will indulge, you will keep it in your mind, and you also follow the same ethics. You also follow the same ethics. What are the steps they need to take? What are the major qualities he's going to look in you? What are the major qualities? Are you a hard worker or not? He's not worried about your aggregate. You might get 90% or you might get 60%. He's not worried about your aggregate. He's worried about your presentation part. The way how you present in front of the others. The way what kind of a convincing attitude you have. Are you able to possess the right attitude in front of a manager? And there are many things nowadays as we are talking about, because many people are being money minded. Many people are being money minded. We are there to earn money, but many people, see, there are many for example, when you talk about criminals, what do? They rob something, they may kill the people. What do they get when they kill people? They're doing it for the money. They're doing it for the self-satisfaction. They're doing for the need to fulfill. But is the way they choose is right? I don't think so. But we are the people, either if it is the toughest one, if it is the toughest job for us, if you go with the passion, this is very, very important for every one of us. Without passion, you cannot deliver your speech. Without passion, you cannot do your work. Without passion, you cannot prove your skills. You need to show passion towards yourself to prove that you are a skillful person. Try to prove yourself that, yes sir, I am a genuine person. I am a generic person. Put it in front of him by your words. Put it by the way you speak confidently. When you speak confidently. So when you get into the interview room, make sure that you are sitting in front of the manager in an appropriate manner. See, if there's a table, the chair is under the table, and that is an iron chair. What do you need to do? Do we need to drag? No, that is not the right behavior we are presenting there. Try to lift the chair, pull it back, put it, and you need to wait for the permission until and unless the manager gives. If he is taking a long time, if it's not manager, 99.9% it will not happen. In case if it's taking a long time, you can seek for the permission. Sir, may I be seated? And don't ask, right, sir, shall I sit? Shall is commanding. Would, sir, could I be seated, sir? The way you approach, the way you, and there would be called as a word called silent treatment. Silent treatment. What do you mean by silent treatment? There would be some funny managers. What do they do is, they just look at you very, very clearly. They'll not open their mouth. They just stare at you and they check your patience. When you talk about the word called patience, in each and every aspect, each and every step what you take in your life, you need to have patience. You need to have patience. What are the things we need to have? Why we need to have patience? Each and everything is developed, because when you have patience only, you need to learn. You can learn. For example, I went for the interview. There were 40 people came for the interview, and for each person it is being taken 20 minutes, 10 minutes, 15 minutes. And when my turn comes, it would be like almost evening. By morning at 9:30 I was in the office. Till my turn comes, it may take like around 4:30 to 5. If I don't have patience, I may immediately move from the place. And I may lose one of the opportunity. Hopefully, I guess I may get selected in the company, but I did not. The patience are very, very important. We need to take the pain. You know, when our mother gives birth to us, how much pain they take, but that pain is for their happiness. They take a lot of pain. It's a reborn for them. It's a rebirth. For them it's a rebirth. But still they take a lot of pain and they consider it because there is a happiness for them. In the same way, we also should have a lot of pain in learning the things. When you feel the pain, you definitely get success. If you get a failure, in your life, never ever try to degrade yourself. Don't try to put yourself in a corner. You need to motivate yourself. If I'm not able to motivate myself, I cannot be the successful person. Okay, I went for the interview, my body language is not good. I did not perform well. I kept my hands on the table and I was leaning towards the manager. And I was unable to use inappropriate words. I was unable to convey my body language in an appropriate manner. Okay, because of this I got failure. My verbal communication, I did not enhance it. I was unable to put my language in an appropriate way. My grammar is not at all good. My tenses are not good. And I am unable to enhance my vocabulary. Do you feel busy or do you feel tough to enhance your vocabulary? Do you feel tough to speak in English? Why we need to learn English? As I told you before, we need to know the importance. We need to know why it is important, for what we need to do it. And if you think about our future, how your future is going to be, then definitely you will know. So when you attend the interview in an appropriate manner, what is your future? You will get a job. Once if you get a job, what is your thing? You can earn money. You can make your family happy. But if you are not able to do a job, it would be very shameful path, because I have seen many of the people in my life. They completed their education. After completion of their education, many people would say they're planning for abroad, or they plan for higher education. Okay, after completion, they may try for a job. First year, our relatives, our neighbors, they would be asking, they'll come to our house and they would be asking about us to our parents. What they would ask, what is your son or daughter doing? What would be the answer? How many times they would say, for how many years they would say that my son or my daughter are searching for a job. How many years they need to say? Why? We completed our education. And that would be very shameful answer that our parents would give. Even when you talk to your relatives, when they immediately come, you might have faced in your real life experience. What are you doing? I am looking for a job. Higher education? Yes, it's okay, because we are going for higher education. You completed B.Tech and you got an aggregate. That is the reason I told you to learn many things when you are learning. That is the reason we told you to learn English. Learning English cannot be a big task. Learning English will always be the appropriate task. Learning English will be an appropriate task. English is the topmost priority we give to the people. Why? English never ever it is not the hardest part in our life, and it is not the easiest part in our life. Your dedication will put you out. Your dedication. Daily read newspapers, watch English movies, watch to the English speakers, listen to them, listen, speak, write, and read. Each and every point, each and everything what you do will enhance your language, it will enhance your language. If you want to enhance your language and if you want to get success, why I'm talking about English importance is because you can go through your interview part. You can go through your interview part. After completion, many companies are conducting group discussions. Why group discussions are important? Because it is the easiest way to scrutinize and to eliminate many people at a time. And they may take one or two, and within a less time they are dividing and scrutinizing many more people by conducting group discussions. But what are the areas, what are the parameters they grade in a group discussion? Just one, your communication part. Your communication part. Next one, you need to be very proactive. You need to be, you should not be rigid. You should not be rigid. Why we should not be rigid? Because as I was telling you, you need to become a team player. The major motive is how you can cope up with the team, how you can cope up with the team, why the team players are being important, and why you are and how you are mingling with the team. These are the points where they consider in a group discussion. When you take back and the way your body language, never ever be a talking terror. Talking terror means, okay, in a speech, in a group discussion, there is a topic given to you, and almost you well know the topic, and as immediately the manager asked, we start rushing it up, we start continuously speaking about it, which should not happen. You need to take a chance. You need to use appropriate starting. How you can use an appropriate starting? If your language is a potential there, if your language is appropriately good, your active participation plays a vital role. What do you mean by the active participation taking a vital role? Taking an initiative in a group discussion. In this part, taking an initiative cannot make you a leader. Taking an initiative will lead you to, and that you should be an appropriate initiator. Without an appropriate initiating, without a justification of your points, there will be nothing, because you are not giving the justification of your point. You should have the justification of your point. When you are able to justify yourself, when you are able to justify to your statement, then you can be called as an appropriate initiator. When you can be called as a stone, they check about your body language, because you can't sit rigid and you can't sit like a stone without opening your mouth. When you go and talk to a rock, does it reply? No. So you should not be like a rock where your position is not able to reply. Make sure that you are able to speak, and you should not be like a sponge. What do you mean by sponge? There were participants participating there, and there were 8 students, and there were 8 in a team. In that 8 members, my friend is not able to speak. Yes, I gave my point, and I would like to ask my friend to support the statement, and he started speaking. When I give a point to a particular person and ask him to expand on that point, at that point when he speaks, he is called a sponge. Every area is being entriced. And the group discussion, they can be in a semicircle wise, in a rectangular size, or in a circle. Maximum the circle would not be there. It depends upon the member, how many of them are participating in a group discussion. And this part, they will very talk about your body language in your group discussion. When you sit in a public, when you sit in a team, you should always maintain crossing your ankle but not your knee, and make thoughtful thoughts. You're thinking fast, and don't try to speak too fast. When you speak too fast, you may intimate to the other person you're grammatically wrong. And you need to make sure that you are grammatically good. Try to always be a bit loud. Try to take a note and a pen in your hands when you go for the group discussion, because when a manager is given you a chance, he give you a topic, and he'll definitely give you a time for the preparation. When you are getting a time for the preparation, try to write the core words. Why we need to write the core words? When you write the core words, which leads you for the expansion of the words. When you expand more, think logically and speak sensibly. And never try to hold a handkerchief in your hand, which shows that you are not an appropriate person. Where it says that you are nervous, try to make sure of your core words and usage of your language. Usage of your language in the sense, usage of your sentences and usage of your vocabulary. And your fluency. Make sure all these are kept in a line and all these are being used in an appropriate manner. Never ever try to degrade yourself. Never, because you need to have the stuff with you. You need to have lots and lots of knowledge. You need to be in a position where you can speak on any topic which is given. And what are the topics that were given? And it is like SPELT. SPELT. S stands for social topics. What do you mean by the social topics? Like the child labor, collect the information. Political. SP stands for political. E stands for political, like which there would be some sort of controversial topics. If you really think that is a controversial, where you go with a fight among the team, he might give you a controversial topic to check how good at your understanding in a team. And there would be some sort of abstract topics, like talk something about white, talk something about black, where we don't have words to speak much about it, much words to speak about it. So make sure economical. What do you mean by economical? This is the poverty line of India. Do you think within 3 or 4 years or 5 years how much time it would take to go above the poverty line? And L, logical. So it's a legal. And legal in the sense, many people like the Central Bureau of Investigation are taking a right on many politicians. What would be your opinion about it? Is it a good thing or it's a right thing? And many they are not concentrating on everyone, they are concentrating only on the opposition parties or the ruling parties. What is your opinion? It's like the legal part, 2G spectrum. And when you talk about the technology, internet is a boon or a bane. When you talk about old white, how it is a percentage, many people would say Indians are not using appropriate, not using the in a proper way. That is not a right thing. Indians are using it in a right format. And we might talk about sports. These are the topics where we can analyze and where we can talk. What do you talk about it? Sports. Why cricket is being played more in India rather than in their country where it is born? Why, when you talk about hockey is not getting great things in India. It is not being concentrated more by public. Why? And these are the topics we need to be thorough, and we need to gain the knowledge. When you can gain the knowledge by reading newspaper, by talking to others, by reading general books. General awareness is also very, very important. What do you mean by general awareness? There are many things. There are many things in each and every one of life. So try to enhance your skills and try to be the active participant in a group discussion to break it out and to put it out in an appropriate manner. Thank you.